Good morning, my wonderful people. Welcome to the program. We are absolutely happy to have your audience today. We are going to show you guys what we're made of because our topic is just in line that if we begin to think along those lines, my dear, my dear, nobody has nothing on us, okay? So, welcome to the program. My name is Bonachim Saga, and I will allow my sister to introduce herself.
Thank you so much. And my name is Eputos Nam Madi Begi, Eputos Nandi Igbo. So we're here today once again to bring well packaged show for you. Remember that this show is unique because it gets all the information for you, puts it together in one place so that one click you will know what is happening in your local place, that's your Nigeria, what is happening outside, how is affecting you, how is affecting the food on your table, and what you need to do, and what you must do. So thank you, and continue to help us share, like, and subscribe.
Yes, absolutely. I can find this link. Can you find the link?
Okay. All right.
That's the normal occurrence.
People,
The owner of the link can't find it. They blocked me from finding my own link. Okay. Okay.
that's what it is.
It's okay.
Mhm.
If our mothers can gather their people offline, believe me, we can do even better. Welcome to the program. Continue to help us to share. At least we will move forward. I will pull up the video of the day. One of the videos, actually, we have plenty of them to show. Oh, cancel. That is not what I'm trying to do. I hope my audio is on. If you can hear us, please hit the like button. Your browser has blocked your screen. What the heck does that mean? Please click the screen. Everyone can even now. So my browser has blocked my screen. How?
Mhm. Please continue to share. You're welcome. We'll pull the first video for you. You know how we do it here. We showed different videos before we pull up our PowerPoint. So for those that are seeing this video for the first time, we usually build our case and then put the solution and then make you to understand how you can be part of this.
Yep. Can you see this screen?
Yes, I can. I can. Thank you.
Awesome.
People are people. So how come things have all the rights and people get treated like things that don't matter? Housing is a human right. It is as basic a right as exists. But y'all treat housing like a pyramid scheme. Homes are not built for people to live in. Homes are built for people to make money. There's always talk about building affordable housing. We don't need more housing. There's no such thing as affordable housing under your model in the first place, just like there's no affordable food under your model or no affordable transportation under your model.
He's talking about
Hundreds of people in
capitalism,
today's
right?
world without homes. We have thousands of homes sitting empty. Just like you have people walking around malnourished, or we have grocery stores full of food that they cannot afford. Capitalism does mean that you have too much food and you have too much housing, and it all sits unused while more and more people are homeless and hungry. The property is stored up and the property is protected, and the people live in misery. Nationwide, increasing numbers of people are systemically being forced into homelessness. We have an enforcement of very low wages. Rent keeps rising. Groceries are way too expensive. Healthcare is unaffordable. People cannot keep up. And so they end up on the street. And the only solution we have seen is to criminalize poor people, to protect the property and keep the people in the ghetto. It is a war on the poor. The police budget is over $100 million, right? And then you try to claim there's no money to help the poor black community that is being poisoned out at Bingham Park. $100 million to criminalize poverty. We got no homeless shelters, and we're making the IRC cut services. Cops sweep people's camps. You try to ban panhandling. You try to ban people being on the sidewalk. You try to ban people being at the parks. You flood downtown with hostile architecture. You force the IRC to cut its hours and try to turn the IRC into a police station effectively. All summer long, you have elevated stories about property damage, while scapegoating the damaged people. As always, the solution to homelessness is homes. It is time to stop protecting vacant homes from people who need shelter. It is time to stop sacrificing people to property. People are people. People deserve food, medicine. People deserve shelter. If our government will not treat people like people, then our government can go to hell.
In other words, capitalism has failed. Capitalism is not a good system. Those that are looking for it and hailing it, the owners of it, the people that invented it, are rejecting it. That is not, it was never even our way. They brought it, it came along with colonialism, because that's how they started buying things and buying people in the name of corporations and all that. So it's about them. That's why this one is billionaire, this one is billionaire, as if you're the only brain in the environment. It's only you. Every other person doesn't know how to make money. And when you interact with them one-on-one, there's no intelligence, there's nothing that you say that is why this person became so rich. Even their personal life, they can't even manage it. The owners of billion. There's a wayo in it, like our people will say. So recently you heard that your president, your Senate is approving trillion. Loans. You're hearing it here and there. Loans. You turn your line, they have borrowed. You turn left, they have borrowed. You back, they have borrowed. And what are they doing with it? Are they building? They borrow to sponsor their reckless lifestyle. Hannah, them and the pastors that are supporting them, they are together in this criminality. So listen to the people that are giving them the money, how they are doing it, how that thing you're seeing, buru, where it's coming from. They are the puppets, like we keep telling you, but the fingers at the back pulling the strings are these ones. Listen.
Yep, it's been ongoing for life.
Many different ways, but perhaps the most common is that we will identify a third world country that has resources our corporations covet, like oil, and then arrange a huge loan to that country from the World Bank or one of its sisters. However, the money never goes to the country. Instead, it goes to our own corporations to build infrastructure projects in that country, power plants, highways, industrial parks, things that benefit a few rich people in that country, as well as our own corporations, but do not help the majority of the people at all. And yet the whole country, is left holding a huge debt. And it's such a huge debt they can't possibly repay it. So at some point, the economic hitmen go back and say, you owe us a lot of money, you can't repay your debts, so give us a pound of flesh. When I failed to bring them around, to get them to accept these loans, to get them to put their countries into servitude, then I knew that standing right behind me were what we call the jackals. And these are people who overthrow governments or assassinate their leaders. And both Jaime Roldos of Ecuador and Omar Torrijos of Panama were assassinated by CIA-sponsored jackals because I failed to corrupt them.
Confession time. Blessing time, confessional time. We keep telling you guys. Go ahead.
Yes. You remember when one of your so-called pastors, those pulpit bandits, Chris Oyakhilome, told you people something about the jackals? He said he had it in his spirit. Then the Lord said, the jackals. We told you people that what they call prophecy is the news they hear from inside with their friends, and they'll come out and say, yes, it's not Jonathan that will come. David will come first, then Jonathan will come after, or Esau will follow him after they're coming, and then Paul will try by the other side. 50-50 permutations. And that's why our people got so distracted, because they keep telling you the Lord said, when the Lord has not spoken. They are the ones saying, them and their partners are the ones speaking. So we saw this skit. It doesn't belong to us. YouTube, Facebook, it doesn't belong to us, but it's for teaching. Pay close attention. You see what is happening to your economy, the loans that are going, how these things, how your leaders, you see the person that is by the corner, by the backyard, controlling the puppets, and the puppet is not getting the message that they're giving. Listen, watch. Thank you. Two plus 5. Okay. You see the person trying to give the mumu the response, the answer. Look at what the mumu is doing. 2 plus 5. It's drawing the diagram because he's in kindergarten.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's what it is. We're bringing you everything that will make you get the message. We sing for you, we did not dance. We jump for you, we did not dance. We shout for you. We know that one will work. We bring you PowerPoints. We bring you movies. Now we are bringing you skits also. If you find anything that will pass the message, that will make you wake up, that will make you understand that the river is, you're drowning in the river and you can do something about it. Now security, because all these things are going on under the 1999 Constitution. So far, you are allowing your puppets to manage you based on that 1999 colonial constitution, that unitary constitution. Your life will not be different. You will see yourself sinking and sinking and sinking. Listen to what is happening in your security area.
They came in as a radical and violent group with quote and unquote their own Islamic teachings and also their own Islamic ideology. And the unfortunate thing is that they don't have a very good understanding of the religion. Neither do they have an understanding of what exactly they want to do. And the fact of the matter is, the locals will tell you, they preach religion, they preach their own ideology and their own teachings, but they seem not to even understand what they are actually into. And what do we see? We see people from different nationalities. They are mostly not Nigerians. They are from Niger, from Burkina Faso, from Benin, from Mali, and other parts of the Sahel. But the most interesting thing about it is that, again, they don't even understand the language of each other. That is very clear. And in some part of Sokoto, where they operate, in these local government areas that I'm going to mention, around Ilela, around Tangaza, Godu, Bale, Benji, Silami, down to some part of KB, particularly in Kangiwa, in Augi, and as we speak today, they are in some part of Argungu local government area. I think this is a threat, and a very fundamental threat, not only to Nigerian security, but to international security, and also it is an international threat. In my own opinion, the fight against these people requires a robust and elaborate operation. We don't actually need to engage in customized security operation in these places, because they have entrenched the communities, they have gotten the acceptance on the part of the communities. And what do we see? Traditional authorities, even yesterday I was relating with some of them, they said they have no option. You've seen people with military grade weapons. You wake up in the morning, you see them at night, you have no option other than to follow them. And that is what is actually going on in these rural areas. If you take, for instance, Augi local government, you find quite a number of the district, Kwaido taken over by these people, Shafazane taking over. Most of these areas are actually under the control of this terrorist group. And they are, just like I said earlier, non-Nigerians. But the possibility of our local people supporting and joining them and accepting their ideology is actually on the increase, because they collect taxes. Not only collect these taxes, when they impose the taxes, they collect these taxes in cash, and they will also direct you. We are in so location at so point. We want so amount to be submitted or to be given to us. And at the end of the day, you will be the one to take the money. To the extent that in Arugungu, in Augi, in some part of Kangiwa, and even part of Sokoto states, around Tangaza, around Gudu and Silami, they have established a network in which this network serve as their agents. They impose levies on you, 10 heads of your cattle, they will say you pay 200 or 300,000. If you want to pay, we are in Juma Jimi, we are in Giragiri, we are in Raka, they will mention locations. And you see people submitting, collecting this money, paying to them directly. They even know where to see them. They have their agents, the motorcyclists, that actually take individuals to some of those places. So in my own opinion, it is a very serious threat beyond our imagination. And we really need a robust international collaboration. It's not just about the issue of Nigeria anymore. Rather, it is the issue of getting the support of international communities to deal with this particular threat. It is imminent, it is increasing, it is expanding, and rural communities are crying day in, day out about the activities of this group.
Welcome to Fulani Nation.
See how detailed the information is coming. Yet your government cannot use the same detail to do what they need to do. That's why we tell you people, they are in cahoots, just like Danjuma once told you, that what you're seeing is deeper than what you're seeing. These people are being sponsored and they have an agenda. And we say that is Islamic globalist agenda. That's why we tell you globalization. Whether they're using it in the name of Christianity, that's for the colonial masters. Because the colonial masters from Europe used fake Christianity. The same way the colonial monsters from Arabized world use Arabized Islam, the fake Islam. You heard what the man is telling you. Is their own ideology they are pushing through religion. So it's not really, it's jihad. For those that say, oh, Christians are being persecuted. It's not about just Christians. It's ethnic cleansing. They're wiping the whole people. Why? Because of the resources in the land. That's why we keep telling you that the indigenous peoples are the ones under threat. If you are sitting on any land that has mineral resources that the colonial monsters need, anywhere you are in Africa, be it in Congo, be it in Nigeria, Niger, Mali, anywhere, their system is either cause war, crisis, one and the other, or they'll send in trained terrorists, arm them with AK-47, and then begin to take out the people. And as they're taking the people out of the villages, they are renaming the communities. So the people will be perpetually in IDP camps, and they'll start rebuilding something somewhere. They will relocate them actually and take over their land. That's why we tell you that what is going on in Nigeria is union disputes, grievances, the people, the indigenous peoples, the natives, neocolonialism at the highest scale. That's what is going on. Now, this is another skit I will brought up. This is what will happen to you when you have Fulani invaders coming to destroy your villages, and you are calling the security of Nigeria, telling them to come and help you. This is what will happen to you. When they finishing buying you, they jump out. Wear them. Because they were instructed on what to do about you. Watch. Thank you.
This man. Thank you for calling the Nigerian Police Force 112. How may we help you? For English, press 1. If na pidgin you want, press 2. Who are the Yoruba? Etaro. Makasu Suibo, press 4. For armed robbery case, press 1. 2 fighting, press 2. If the armed robbers are more than one, press 1. If they are 3, press 2. If they are 4 and above, press 3. Okay. If they carry gun, press 1. If they carry cutlass, if not all of them carry gun, press 1. If only one person if the gun they sound chakakbom, press 1. If na ta 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 ta, press 2. If na kakakakakam, press 3. If they don't kill anybody, press 1. If not only one person, press 1. If not 2 people, more than 2 people, press 2. Okay. Thank you for calling the Nigerian Police Force. Please refer this case to the nearest vigilante, for we are not available now. Thank you.
That is insane.
1999 Constitution. Under 1999 Constitution, you cannot even defend yourself from the invaders, from anybody invading you, terrorists, a criminal.
Already, no, loading already, that we know they are coming.
Yes. You cannot protect yourself because that's what the Constitution said. The Constitution said they should not allow you to arm yourself, and they should not allow security to come to your aid when their agents that they sent to come and eliminate you come. So you'll be shouting, "Governor, help us, and they help us, and more help us, and mother help us." All you will do is lament, and they will wait for them to finish removing you because that's the purpose now. That's why those that are running around in Igbo land say they are restoring nation. We told you people from beginning. We came about 4 years ago. We told you that there's something somebody wants to do. And if he does it, he will open door to your enemy that was looking for how to come and destroy you, to join hand with them, and they will destroy you economically, otherwise, because your gas, the gas in your land, the oil in your land, they need to eliminate you and sack your community so that they can take it. It's deeper than what you're saying. But you are the one that will open the door. If you don't open the door, they will not come in. We warned you. You say, no, give us Biafra. Give us Biafra. You don't restore your sovereignty. Self-determination is not by lamenting and shouting on the main road. There is a process. We told you, yes. Everything has a process. If you don't follow the process, you will not get the expected outcome, period. You fall into the hands of the evil one, and they will use you to do pepper soup and suya joined together. And you'll be crying and nothing will happen. Now, this video is from Nina's. We warned you people. We told you severally that the only thing that validates the 1999 Constitution is the general election that you do every 4 years. And they need you to validate it. They need you to say that there's something called democracy going on in Nigeria. Once they see you standing on the road, going for campaign, moving around, doing all those shenanigans they are doing, your fake church telling you get PVC, all those nonsense you see they're doing that they have already started doing now. All that, we're not talking about the one that you go and vote on the last day, where they use machete to butcher your eye and butcher your ear, cut off your ear that you're not using to hear. That's not the one we're talking about. We are saying that in the community, when the political parties start bringing out their drums and begin to celebrate and announce which Ntike they want to push, or which article, or which Tinubu, or whoever the criminal that they want to push, the total, that in, as we say, the one they want to push. As they're doing it right now, they have already started. They started mobilizing. You said they're doing electoral reform. They're doing it. All these things they're doing. It's the journey towards 2027. We said you are the one allowing them to do it. because it's your children that they will use as political thugs. It's your people, you. That means you being part of it and allowing them to do it in your name means that you have told them, you have agreed that what they are practicing is democracy. Democracy, that's the power of the people. That's what it means. And we are saying, stop this machinery now in this 2024. Go into transition. Ask for, demand. How you are demanding all those things you are demanding on social media. Demand for transition. That's what you should do.
Demand for transition and choose life. Demand for transition and choose life. Unless if you're planning for otherwise, then you continue in your madness. You continue thinking that some scent from Anambra will help you. That if that scent appears in 2027, all your woes will disappear. You will find that you will learn the hard way. You will find out the hard way if you keep acting like your ears are not functional. You will learn the hard way.
Anybody who is going to election in 2027 is only waving Tinubu and his gang on, because you can see he has the police in his pocket, he has the judiciary in his back pocket, he has the Babio and his parliament in his back pocket, he has INEC in his stockings. So how are you going to overtake him? For somebody who came from the front and did all of what he did to coronate himself in 2023, you now come in these rickety formations and you are hoping nobody, those who are planning to go to election are only telling us that they are happy with Tinubu and what he's doing. Those who will be joining them to plan to go to that election, the ones who will be planning to vote, are only telling us they are happy with the killings, they are happy with the hunger, they are happy with everything that is happening now. Between the constitution that already was dishing out its own and these captors of state. But why would the rest of us allow them? If we raise the issue right now to say, let there be a demarcation, let there be a shouting from rooftop against those who may be going towards that direction of election in 2027.
Yep. For those of you pretending like you don't know what we're talking about, those of you that will say, oh, I thought the hardest time would be during Buhari. I never imagined that we'll be going through this at this point. Wow. Oh, you will learn the hard way. And the funny thing, look at what is happening in Palestine. The world is moving on. People are getting ready for Thanksgiving, flying, flight. They're saying that the record-breaking traveling this Thanksgiving. It's moving on with that. You record-breaking, even with hard economy. People want to go and see their family. People want to go and see their family. So while you set yourself up for elimination because you decided you don't want to hear, you don't want to like, you would rather giggle at different skids and scroll away on the internet and pretend that all is well and keep lamenting for people that are not for you, you will learn the hard way.
Yep.
And it ain't pretty at all.
Yeah.
We'll go on with the topic of the day. Because for so many years, we are acting like we don't know who we are. A lot of us are still struggling with who we are. That's why people will buy bleaching cream to change their melanated skin. That's why people will spend all their money to buy the fake hair. That's where people will do all kinds of stuff. Even Black people are now paying for extra butts, what we were already endowed with. Just look around. You can see the brainwashing taking effect every place around us, every person around us. If you are not your authentic self, you can see that people are falling apart and the center cannot hold. They use all ammunition that they can get their hands on, every tools. They use Nollywood to make us feel like the only way you will feel like a woman is if your butt is size 12, V-shape, orange shape.
And your tiny legs, on top of the tiny legs that look like an akodo.
They have made it impossible for us to look natural and feel pretty. We are making billions for China because we can't live without the extra hair. In a heat, very hot, temperate place that we live in. We want to put hair on top of our hair. They have done it all. Because what? Because what? We are seeking validation from people that we're better than. People that go to bed at night and wish they have what we have. So our question, or should I say, begs the question, why are we seeking validation from people we are better than? And we say, dear exquisite Black queen and king, no matter the shade of your radiant melanin, please remember this. Your skin is a masterpiece. Your essence unmatched. As Stephanie Lahart profoundly stated, your authentic self is your best self. Flaws and all, you are still a rare gem. You are phenomenally made, powerful beyond measure, and worthy of self-love and respect. My people, have you ever paused to wonder why people of melanin-rich skin endure the brunt of the society hatred? Have you ever wondered that? According to Jade Asikiwe, those with more melanin possesses innate physical, emotional, and spiritual strengths that are harder for others to replicate. This exceptional nature, rather than it being celebrated, it has often been met with envy and oppression. So for centuries, Black people have labored tirelessly to solve problems and build societies, fighting wars that weren't ours, erecting cities that excluded us, cultivating lands that we could not own, and even nurturing the children of others. And yet, what have we received in return? Injustice, ingratitude, and disdain. This century of exploitation and systemic suppression have left many conflicted about their identity, worth, and spirituality. But let us be clear, the time for reclaiming our power is now. Across Africa and the diaspora, there is a rising tide of unity. For the first time, the indigenous peoples are joining forces to demand full decolonization of Africa, not as a request, but as unyielding command to return what is rightfully ours. We must restore balance to nature, heal the scars that inflicted on our communities, and rebuild the legacy that was stolen. So today, we are honoring the melanin kings and queens, beings of resilience, brilliance, and generosity. Together, we'll explore how we can break free from the chains of societal damage, rise above imposed suffering, and stand unshaken in our truth. It is not validation that we seek, but rather a reclamation of dignity and greatness that has always been ours. The future is ours to shape, and guess what? It begins now. We are no longer waiting to get validation from those that we're better than.
No.
When exceptional is our goal, people think it's Black excellence. Exceptionalism is our goal, and that's where we have always been. So my people, it is time for us to wake up and take our rightful places. It's time for us to stand straight with our heads up and speak with eye contact towards our enemies. They are not better than us. We are better than them. And that's why they are conflicted when they see us seeking validation from them. We know better now, and we are taking our rightful place. So I will pull up the PowerPoint of the day while my sister helped me to contribute. Continue to help us to share and like, get this message across. You can see they are on it today because, again, the topic gives it away, right? Are you trying to wake up people that we're supposed to enslave? What are y'all doing? Waking up the enslaved people? And we say the time is right for our people to wake up and take on the rightful positions. So, again, why are we seeking validation from people we are better than? Anytime any of us assume this belief and begin to feel more powerful within yourself, I promise you, when you pass by, people, even without you speaking, the aura that will be around you will command people to take a second look every time you pass them. When you speak, even when you're not sure of what you're saying, because you know who you are, you will command the respect of the audience. Again, why are we seeking validation from people we are better than? So we already went through the introduction. We are going to look at the melanin king and queen. We're also going to look at the enemies that must be defeated for us to move forward as free people. And then at the end, we'll look at the take-home point and the 5-point NINAD's agenda that we must embark on in order for us not to be the victim of that guy, that when they come in, they will be riding on their motorcycle. Because we watched this thing started so many years ago. And we figured, oh, it's just happening on the north side, Basa, and it's not our problem. Not understanding that this is a grand scheme of things, that they're taking it bit by bit. They take over the northern part, then they will come towards you, because at the end of the day, like my sister said, it's all about the resources, because the estate belongs to their forefathers. Even when they're not speaking the same language, they have a common goal. What is that common goal? To displace you from your land so they can take your resources. And we know that if we don't take responsibility for our future and take charge of our spaces, their declaration will come to pass. So YouTube, please allow us to use all the videos today. It's for educational purposes. We are not monetizing our social platform. So this is for the Fair Use Act. Overcoming colonialism. Overcoming colonialism. Because it's still alive and well. That's why they will tell you that your God, your Lord, your God, your Savior is white. They even go as far as painting it, getting a bag of cement, making it as a human being and painting a certain color with the blue eyes and the blonde hair, and set it up for you to go and worship every day. When we know that we are not supposed to worship idols. These people came and destroyed every artifact of our forefathers, and then brought their own for us to put on our doors, all over our houses, on our cars. We wear them on our necks. We put them all over. I know of a sister that wakes up 5 o'clock in the morning to go and kneel and pray to Mother Mary. We must overcome colonialism. The melanin king and queen. These are people with more melanin that have innate physical, emotional, and spiritual inclination. That's why we're able to love other people when they don't love us. But we need to stop that mess. That's how we ended up where we are right now. Our forefathers being nice. Hey, well, this person came from far. Come and sleep in my bedroom. Let me sleep on the floor. Without doing proper investigation. So a criminal shows up at their doorstep, looking all famished. All of a sudden, you become God, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Let me go and save them. We are done with that. Not my people, not my problem. Before you started trekking to come from Europe and start trekking to go and steal other people's stuff, you should have thought that you need a place to sleep. So we are not welcoming anybody anymore. Definitely criminals. So our people, they've been fighting for everyone, solving everybody's problem. You see them during Palestine, they will come out and demonstrate. You see them during this one, they will come out and demonstrate. These people are demonstrating, as I'm telling you, every weekend, my Black sisters are burying their young teenage sons in America. Nobody's demonstrating that. Oh, I forgot. Why would they demonstrate? Because when they die that young, guess what? While you're in the hospital, the organ transplant team will show up and ask you to donate the child's eye, their kidneys, their livers, their lungs. So they want the supply of that. That's why nobody is fixing it. That's why you go to Chicago, where Obama and Oprah hail from. Michael Jordan, with all the resources that they have in place, they cannot stop the killing of young Black boys every weekend, and it's ongoing as we speak. blood ritual of our young ones. But the same African American will come out and protest for Palestine. Hey, they're killing people at Palestine. Hey, whoa, genocide. I don't want to help. We will go as far as fighting wars that is caused by Europeans and the globalists. The same one they're getting ready for now. Every time, oh, World War III is coming, Putin, I say, Putin, press the button. Stop wasting time. Press that button. Nobody's joining anybody for World War III. This time around, it will be whoever that is going there to be poking Putin that will go there and be doing the World War III. You and your family and your grandchildren, everything else alike. We build their cities as slaves, free labor. We farm their plantations. We even nurse their children. We did it all. Are we good enough? No. I'm a slave, but you want your children to drink from my breast. What a conflicting statement. We harbor deep brotherly and sisterly love and superior way of living. Life was easy for us. It was less complicated. We are happy with what we have. We weren't looking to go and steal from other people. We make what we have to work. Most problems have simple and straightforward solutions, an easy process. We were talking about our ancestors the other day, and we realized these ancestors were so smart that they put in place solutions for every problem that we have as a society. Every one of them. Every one of them. Is it a problem of a marriage? They know how to solve it. Is it a problem of someone being that can't stop stealing? Like, they have things. Go and look.
Infertility, impotence, everything. Everything had a process. How to solve it.
Right. Everything had a process, and we abandon it to follow those who came to steal from us. Those that doesn't look like us. What made you think that those that doesn't look like you want the best for you? Think about it. What made you think that?
Especially the one that wants something in your land, that want the resources in your land.
Even when they don't want the resources in your land, you being who you are, they don't appreciate it. Because even when you're buying their products, go and look. There's a report that just came out, a toxicology report that just came out. Everything that they sell to Black people, they make sure they put double the chemicals that will destroy us. For my what is that chemical that they use for environment?
So formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde. Right. They will put it in things that we are using.
Yes.
When there are essential oil out there for us to use, like think you will not believe the level. Everything they see that Black people are using, they will go there. If the poison for other groups are 2%, they will go and make our own 2 million %.
It's about eliminating the Black man because they need your land and your resources. It's tied to the land and the resources. Everything is tied to either through food. You have to be eliminated. Through making you that you're not able to bear children anymore because they want to control your population. While they're controlling your population, they're looking for a way to mass produce their own. So you just have to understand that you are facing existential threats because of the resources in your land. They will come through terrorism. They will come through food poisoning you. They will import vaccines that they know that have expired. They will come at you. It's multifactorial. They will smoke you out of your land. Smoke you, force you out of it so that you go and trek through Mediterranean Sea. So that you go and swim through Mediterranean Sea. So that you trek through the desert. They will come because they need you out of this planet. They just want the land. They have their own, but they want your own as well. You don't deserve what you have.
It's insane, my sister. Our food, organic food that we have, we were talking about how Ede, the cocoa yam back in Africa, how it helps decrease menopausal symptoms. We didn't even know. That's why our forefathers, our grandmothers did not go through. They didn't lose their mind because here people are losing their mind when they go through. You can tell, I'm menopausal. They will even induce it at the age of 35 with the foods that you eat here. But guess what? They will tell you, oh, you're eating fake food. It's no good. But they will come here and sell it $7.99 a pound. They came and destroyed our deep spiritual connections to one another. They destroyed the nature and our environment. They even destroyed the way we validated one another, which we know exudes the spirit every morning. I know as growing up as a child, when my mother sees me, say, Nedim, oh, I will say, Mommy, good morning. I will be forced to speak. I even found out that my children here love to be adored and praised and admonished every morning.
Everyone.
Called Chi. Mommy, what do you want?
Exactly. That's what it's supposed to be. Our men validated us easily. Adoma, Adugo, Uyiridia, Obidia, Arugo, Wayoma. You will melt. The madness will go down. The madness will go down. If they throw it at us, like every moment, if you enter your husband's house first, they give you a new name. A name descriptive of who you are. Everybody will be calling you. If you are tall and elegant, they give you one. If you're anyone, if you're fast, you're very good with your hands and everything, there's a name for it. And the men were not left out. Dioti, Dinta. We celebrated our people. We celebrated our people's skills. Of course, we're Igbo women, so we're talking from our own community. You look into your own community and see the things that you people did, because it's not possible that you don't have it. You will have it in your own community. That's what we tell them. Celebrate your indigenousness. Stop embracing fakeness. If you're Yoruba, speak Yoruba, even if you are doing a show and throwing your Yoruba in. And my Igbo people tell you, no, say it in English, don't listen to them. I come to your shows. We come. I listen to you. Because the English you're speaking will give me idea of what you said in Yoruba, even when I don't understand Yoruba language. It's enough for me to enjoy the show. So don't feel any kind of way. That is your identity. Whatever you are, whoever you are, your identity is tied to your heritage. And your heritage is tied to your ancestral land. That is why we are fighting to take back what belongs to us. Sorry, my sister, please go ahead.
Absolutely, my dear. Unapologetically Igbotic. We are serious about going back to who we are. We are serious about taking back all that the enemies, because there are so many of them, they have stolen from us. Are we talking about our educational system, which was mainly by observation and through shadowing, apprenticeship? Our children learn under relaxed environment by watching their parents, siblings, and custodians. The skill acquisition was very easy. Members of the society bonded easily. There was no wide gap between the social class and categories. So it was easier for individuals to cross over from lower levels to higher levels. When it comes to loans and business capital, it was majorly interest-free because it's all about growing the community together. It's not about onye konye, who is bigger than the other. Because I realize, or should I say I recognize, that when my neighbor is doing well, I stand the chance that even if you build the streets and bring electricity, that even if it doesn't come into my house, at least when I go outside, I can enjoy it.
You have street lights, communal living, promoting the community, everyone going together. Not one is on top, the other ones are picking crumbs. That was never our way.
Was never the way. You saw the first video that we played, how corporate activities, how he has left everybody in so many, like in disarray.
Exactly.
They have changed everything. They changed the food at this rate. Men 35 years of age, 40 even, are struggling with impotency.
Of course.
Because of the food they are feeding us.
Yes. Tweeting all the hormones. Yes.
Yes. Endocrine disruptors everywhere.
Exactly.
If you want to put deodorant, it will disrupt your endocrine. If you want to brush your teeth, it will destroy your bones. If you dare eat fast food outside, you're impotent.
Because they're trying to regulate everything. Oh, you're sweating in your armpit. No, we don't want you to sweat. So we regulate the endocrine system there. Don't sweat.
It's unbelievable, my people.
They have effect.
We can never imagine what these people plan for us. All in the name of making money. Money, 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 money. We know that they came with their slavery, colonialism, and the neo-colonialism. They made life complicated and made it fast-paced. You'll be running from pillar to post. I was listening to a story of someone that lives in London, and he was mentioning how you're basically working for the government, because at the end of the day, by the time they take 40% of your salary, you pay this bill, pay that bill, pay that bill. What you need to do, he said, is so bad that you have to put the rest of your bill on a credit card. My day was, it was amazing. And my daughter confirmed it. She said a lot of their friends out there, they said they are moving down to Texas next year. They're like, done. Because by the time you're done, you're like a slave for the government and the credit card company. So when they take 40% of your salary for tax purposes, by the time you pay all your bills, you're negative. So those ones that are over the amount that the threshold of the amount that you have made, you put them on credit card. What the hell is that?
Remember that's why America was built in the first instance. It was those Europeans that left Britain and said this is colonization. They were running away from colonialism. They said this is colonial. That's because these are empire builders. They are monarchs. So Britain and all those people, that's why they are working with Fulani, because Fulanis are empire builders. So monarch builders, emperors, they're empire builders. So they work hand in hand to colonize the entire world. So America was built because the people there said, we cannot live under colonialism. This is slavery. And they moved to find a new place. And they came here. That's why it's called the land of the free. That's why people are fighting. That's why people are saying, no, we want to make America great again. Because this is, we left where we were to come here to enjoy freedom. Us and our children. But you people want to input everything because of globalization.
Monetize everything.
Monetize
if you want to drink water, monetize. If you want to look upstairs, are you guys mad?
They are.
If God begin to charge us for oxygen, will we even live on this planet?
My dear, if they can bottle all the oxygen and put inside bottle and start giving to human beings, capitalists will do that. Globalists will do that. Colonialists will do that because they are all together. Their intention is evil. God said, go out to the world, multiply, enjoy this beautiful earth that I created. Capitalists said, no, I am the new God. I will impose my ways on you, and you will never have that freedom that your maker say you should have. That is why we're saying, for us to be human beings in Africa, colonialism, neo-colonialism must end. Everybody, hands on deck. This is not what you be saying, oh, what is causing the problem? I think what is causing the problem is because there's no water. I think what is causing the problem because Igbo man is smiling too much. Or you go and bring one girl that's looking like, well, I don't know. You call her, either you call her Igbo name, you join the Yoruba name, combine it together and put a Nigerian name on top of it and make her Mr. Jupiter. These things they're not the things that interest us. We want colonialism to end. Stop all this powder and cosmetic things that you're doing.
It's unbelievable. So with these people, we lost our spirituality, our social way and communal way of life. Our children were moved to boarding schools. Look at now, there's gay men everywhere because that's where all these things, I know nobody wants to talk about it. It happened at the boarding school. Girls on top of girls, men on top of men is in the boarding school. That's after the principal and the chairman principal finish doing what they're doing with the girls and the boys. Then they will take you further and do even more.
That's where it started. Yes.
In the church, they may say, oh, no, can the Queen's College by Catholic school.
Yes.
This one, Shiloh
Shiloh School,
University.
Covenant University. It is this one is different. It's a Royal Jesuit. Jesus is a lie.
It's a
You
lie.
have feedback from the children. It's a lie. Go
Lie,
check
lie, lie, lies upon lies.
Go check what they're doing. Go check. No matter if they want, let them put chaplet on their neck. Go check what is going on there.
It's unbelievable. And parents don't want to talk about this. You're sending your children off to boarding school. You're not giving them the power to even come and tell you what is going on there. You're not even asking what is going on there. You see your child become quiet. He's not speaking anymore. Traumatized because you're paying $10 million or whatever you're paying for them to go to the boarding school. You should be raising your children by yourself. In America, children stays with their parents until they turn 18 at least.
Yes.
High school, nobody take their children outside.
Yes.
But they have convinced you it's okay to go to Father Ndemwa church and keep your children there. And mind you, you would think you're going to a Christian school. Criminals are Christians, so. And because they've been stealing, they will have more money to send their criminal children to your criminal church schools.
Of course.
It's unbelievable. Lots of lies and propaganda against Africa. Misinformation, disinformation, like we showed you guys in the previous show, how they will always say everything bad about Africa, costing us millions. Because people that want to go there wouldn't go, because all you see is hungry people, stealing people. By the way, in London, that's the one that is raining now. They steal phone like it's out of style. You'll be talking, somebody will snatch it out of your ears and keep it.
What?
That's what is trending
now. Is
that
serious?
Is that serious? You can't even me, you my headboard. You know, I got a blue bicycle. Catch up again, you see why you're driving.
Oh,
but guess what? The locals are complaining. They say they don't even report it in the news. But it's happening every second. Because they don't want to tarnish the image of the hell in London. London. They said, don't you dare come out there with your phone. Your phone will disappear as if you never had it before.
See me see trouble. And it's just beginning now.
Mighty will get the hunger now. It's coming. Go ahead, my sister.
Yes. Thank you so much. We are talking about the melanin king and queen. Because people do not understand that your blackness is tied to your memory, is tied to your spirituality, is tied to your intelligence. You are being able to be so creative, hands-on, is tied to melanin. So when you're bleaching off your brain, bleaching off your skin, bleaching off your eyes, watch what you're doing to yourself. This is who we used to be until the colonial monsters, the white men, the Arabs, because they came together. The white men came with fake Christianity, Arabs came with fake Islam. Both of them, none brought God to Africa. Africans knew God before. They were colonizers. They were empire builders. They came for the resources in your land. So with fake religion, whitewashed Christianity and Arabized Islam, we lost our core values. We lost our identity and we began to have identity crisis. You see the girl there? She's looking so confused, so lost, like as if the world has rejected her. That's a picture of most of our youths. That's why you're seeing the things you're seeing, like, oh, this child doesn't listen, or this, that. They are confused. It's identity crisis. They don't even understand themselves. And then the people in science will tell you, yes, you know, teenagers, that the hormone is coming up, so they don't understand who they are. Did we not have teenagers in Africa? In Africa, in original ancestral communities, teenagers were not reckless people. People very responsible. Before you become a teenager, you're already taught in the ways of your community and the ways of your family. Very responsible. It's only where in this modern world, the world of colonial master, that teenagers became irresponsible because they said their hormones. Yes, hormones is disturbing them.
They are talking about the disruptors that they cause with their foods and their chemicals.
Exactly. So loss of identity made these children and even their parents, because when the children are depressed, the parents are depressed too, because you keep asking yourself, where did I go wrong? I raised this child well now. What is going on? Parents are confused. Husband is confused. Wife is confused. Children are confused. Everybody is confused. The society is in a mess. Anxiety everywhere. ADHD. Everybody is suffering one mental illness or the other. People are unnecessarily insecure. And when people are insecure, they are not sure of themselves, they will give you shege. They will do you shege. That's the shege you're seeing in the community. Africans became defenders of those who killed and stole from their fathers and people and ancestors, which we call Stockholm Syndrome. Because in that confusion, there's people, this one feel that they are better than the other one, this one feel that better than the other one, and then there's chaos everywhere. Then you have some group that will be there defending. Yes, colonialism has stopped a long time ago. Is it your colonial master that is in your village ruling you? So ignorant. Is it the colonial master that is the governor of Anambra State? Colonialism has finished. You had independence, 1960. Yes, and is it the white man? The white man has fixed his land, and that's why we are traveling there. You're dumb. You're black. You're dumb. You don't. Our father, Peter Doche, he said something recently. We saw it. We don't know whether he's the one that said it, but this is what we saw. That's what he's saying. He said, out of all the angels brought to us, not a single one is a black man. Now, I'm beginning to question this religion they claim is better than our ancient tradition. Papa, you woke up late. You people ruined our lives through Nollywood. What you people did in Nollywood is only God that will judge it. In fact, we are judging itself. We are not waiting for God to come and judge it. You people were there rather than promote our ways. Rather, even your own sons, rather than lead them to the way of our ancestors, you people are celebrating Roman Catholicism. That's why you molded cement and put in your family house and call him a Mary. Is now you're questioning religion. You have to go and remove that idol, that European idol you put in your family house. Prepare to Doche before you start. Before you have mouth to say anything about our ancient ways. Because you cannot be speaking from this side and speaking from this side. But that's the confusion, the identity crisis we are telling you. Igbo man is not sure whether he's Igbo or he's from Rome. Are you Roman or you are Igbo man? Which one are you? They're confused. Everybody is confused. These people sowed seeds of discord and mistrust in our communities and among all the ethnic nationalities. Why? Divide to conquer, divide and rule. They had targets. It's conquest agenda. And that is why they make people, discord and mistrust. Igbo man is fighting, Igbo man is fighting the neighbor. Ijo man is fighting Igbo man. Yoruba man is fighting Igbo man is fighting himself. Like everybody, chaos everywhere. It came with colonization and neo-colonialism. It is not from us. For those that will say, hey, is Igbo man that is in himself? No. You don't understand the history. Go and the history information is even available. Just Google, sit down, rather than using your mouth and papa, sit down and Google and then search the engine. Begin to ask questions. The answers will come to you. And the thing about this social media is once you start going towards the area of looking for information, they will bring in similar information to you. They'll bring videos, they'll bring things. Some of these things will show you people, they just come to us. We don't even go searching for them. Even when we are discussing them, maybe Siri listens too, we don't know. Before you know it, videos will come to us. Articles will come to us to buttress what we're saying. So the colonial class system, they have very wide economic class. More difficult to cross from one level to the other. Remember, my sister told you how in ancient time, the class was it wasn't too wide. So you can move from one to the other. But this colonial system is what one is billionaire, the other one is picking crumbs. In the same world that we're inside. Some children are becoming obese, terribly obese. Some children are dying of kwashiorkor in the same world that we're inside. Some people are building 70 buildings owned by them. Nobody's living inside it too. Some people are on the street, homeless. Some people are inside hotels. You see hotel, 5-class hotel, throwing food into garbage. They can't give it to the beggar.
They can't. Even like places like Sam's Wholesale.
Yes.
Every food that they sell, that they have to trash it at the end of the day.
They can't give it. The law prohibits them from giving it to the poor to eat. Because maybe you will eat it and something will happen to you and they will sue you to court. So they have to protect themselves. They would rather throw the food inside trash than give to people that are hungry. It's not a system that human beings should follow. The colonial system should be banned officially. Neo-colonialism, that let there be outcry everywhere in such a way that everybody is saying this system, we never, that anybody that tries, that we know this one is going on, because this battle, we are ready to finish it. But let it not resurrect through another means, either through religion, through politics, through anything. The humanity will come together and say, this system will never, ever be allowed on this planet Earth. If you want to practice it, go to Jupiter. You can go to Mars, go there and practice it. But on Earth, it should not be practiced. Under this system, you have high interest rates, very high interest rates over loans, capitals. So how will the poor person now get loan to start a business and improve his life or her life?
They don't want you to.
Exactly.
They don't want you. That's why even here with Black Americans, they will enroll them in colleges, ask them to take classes called general studies. Do you know what general studies are? Things like you cannot do anything. It doesn't add up to English. It doesn't add up to mathematics. It doesn't add up to social studies. Nothing. And they will give this student $100,000 loan. So for you to be working at Walmart and now be paying
So you see the poor getting poorer, the rich getting richer. So when you see billionaire, and you see the other ones so poor, it's not because they are brain, it's not because they don't have IQ. It's a system. And that's what we're saying. See this system of colonialism as enshrined in 1999 Constitution, because colonialism means master-slave relationship. A country where some people are masters and others are slaves. It's not of God, it's of the devil, and it must go down. If you're a religious person and you don't understand that 1999 Constitution needs to go down, then you have not started your Christianity or your Islam, whatever you're practicing, or tradition or whatever you're practicing. Because of these high interest charges, they put financial interests and gains first, ahead of welfare and survival of humanity and human beings. That's why our sister, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, he made a quote 20 years ago. Because it's easy. You don't need prophecy to tell you where we are going to land if we continue on this trajectory in 10 years, in 20 years. It's easy to make predictions. For those that are calling prophecy, it's not prophecy. Some of them is just news. They will read news and make predictions. But because they want to market their business centers called churches, they'll tell you God spoke. God did not speak. It's just by observing, reading news, put CNN, put the Fox. When you read news, you know what you can make prediction. So this our sister, because they saw what the system was doing, causing chaos, trouble everywhere. He said, white supremacy, which we told you that Christianity, the fake Christianity they brought is white supremacists. We told you that the fake Islam they brought is Arab supremacy, telling you that some people are better than you and they know God better than you, and they're bringing their God.
You have to leave your indigenous land to go to Saudi Arabia to see your God and commune with your God.
Exactly. So it's supremacy. They're showing you that they're superior over you and their God is superior over whatever spirituality that you have. As a result, anything they tell you to do, you will do it without question. So white supremacy is telling our men and women to hate each other as well as hate themselves. Because if you are black and your God is white, because some people that when we tell them about making Jesus Christ white, people like Ebed Damina does not understand. Upon how you understand Bible, Pastor Ebed Damina does not understand the danger of making the Messiah to be a white colonialist. It's not just about, oh, he's a movie star that acted it. That's not even the issue. The issue is that the colonial master said that he is the Messiah. And that's why he colonized Africa. That's the danger of making your colonizer your God. Anything he says is right. You can't question him. And then he will have control over your life and over your existence. He determines how you're going to live. That's why we still have colonial constitution in Nigeria. That is what is causing the poverty you're seeing. It's not because people are not motivated or hardworking. It is the system, the colonial system. Nigeria is still a colony, British colony, and his cousins that help him to supervise it. To help them to supervise it. So this woman said, at this rate, very soon, our women will be teaching their girls to hate black men, and our men will be wearing dresses.
Oof, oof, oof.
Have you seen where we're going? Because people like going to symptoms without going to the disease, the main disease, where the trouble is coming from. We're going to, our ancestors, when they solve problem, they solve from the roots. They don't go on top of the place and then go and solve. No, they get to the root. So these people chose and imposed leaders, puppets, whether in religious sector, traditional politicians, political leaders, they are all puppets, people that cannot think and reason by themselves. These people, they impose these leaders on the natives, on the indigenous people, because Africans are not stupid. It's just that they impose the system, colonial system, and colonial puppets on them, suppressing them. So these puppets are totally disconnected from their people, the suffering of their people, while defending the colonialists, the colonial systems. That is their assignment. That's why you are dying, and they're not even seeing you. They don't even know what you're talking about. No. And in fairness, when I was in Abuja, I didn't know anybody was going through anything, because it's a different class. You are in a different class. You don't even know what is happening to your brothers and sisters in the other class, because we are no more together. We all build our houses, put high fence, stay inside it. And then the only time we interact with the community is maybe you need somebody that will sweep something for you. How do you know what people are going through? And then once in a while, you help them, help your driver, help your cook, help them do one thing or the other. You're not asking yourself, why is it that they're not getting the help they need? Some people will have the audacity to say, oh, I have an Igbo man as my cook. He has worked, was my cook for 30 years. So you had the audacity to keep somebody's child 30 years cooking for you. And the person did not move from being a cook to anything else.
Sure.
So these puppets, totally disconnected from what our people are going through. This attitude of, if it doesn't affect me or affect my family directly, then I don't care. I don't care. But we're saying it's not right. People began to think shallow. We're telling you how we move from this melanin king and queen and began our life turned upside down. So our people began to think shallow, not able to properly fact check what they hear, whether in church, whether from politicians. Like when somebody tells you something, go and check it. They just believe every nonsense, even on social media, anything. People's attention span began to decrease over time because so much distraction.
It's also the Christianity part of it.
Yes.
Because your pastor will tell you not to question God, even when you're confused about things happening to you. They even came up with songs that says, "Who can question God? No one can question God."
And Islam, they have the same thing. Say Allah is bringing. So if anybody die, bury him, Allah make him. You see how we tell you that is the same fake religion. It's not real. It's not real. Even in Bible, God said, "Question me," but they turn scriptures around because they're bringing fake religion to you. So
it doesn't even make sense. Who wants to serve a God you cannot question? What the hell is that anyhow?
Exactly. So over time, our people lost the ability to question authority and those in leadership positions. Apart from the constitution that makes it impossible for you to question them because there's immunity that they use to cover themselves. Nobody is saying, why would this be like this? Even by themselves, because the religion, they've used religion to brainwash you, and you're not able to think deep, to connect to what is going on around you, which is why we come here every Saturday, trying to connect things, trying to wake up your thinking capacity, because when we connect things for you, it will begin to make sense to you. Rather than the more you look, the less you see, it will be the more you look, the more you see, because it's now making sense to you. So they made our people that we no longer care about the type of influencers we listen to. Every flavor on social media with China-made phone will be there influencing the next generation. From place of ignorance and dysfunctionality. Mad people on social media. And that's why we tell our people, be careful what you consume on social media. Question things, fact check things, so that you will not become an slave with your own money and you will pay the data. But instead of getting improved in knowledge and in the way you think, you just become somebody that you are not thinking properly. You see them, they will put their green light, their lights, all this in Gengen, all these people that call them media, what's their name? They put gather men and women that they are discussing stupidly, avoiding the main issue. They will be there because they want to make money from YouTube. Are these noble men? They're not noble men, but that's what the society has brought. Colonial system has a way of looking for a slave and promoting them, giving them one title, and then human beings will be listening to them. If I start calling them, one day I'll start getting all their names because I know all your names. Njenje is an example. They just gather there. They say, nobody will be right, nobody will be wrong. Let's just be discussing. Because as you're discussing and talking stupid things, his money is going. The other one that is calling himself, what that one in New York? What is that one? Damages. Exactly, damages. You see, full-fleshed man. Your society is on fire. You seem not to understand what is being said, so that you will push it and discuss with men. No, you will be gather stupid slave like you. All of you will be on social media talking nonsense while the house is on fire. Your children, you are not touched that the next generation, your children that you're giving birth to in this world, are going to be eliminated. It doesn't bother you. And you call yourself because you're making money on social media. Our people became unable to differentiate between what feels good and what is true. We began to celebrate ignorance, stupidity, and lack of self-control. And mind you, combination of ignorance and power is destructively dangerous.
And that's where your colonialists want you to be, right there. Right there, the combination of ignorance and power.
Exactly. Please continue to share. People will say, so what do we do? Because like we told you, we don't come here to lament and just leave you hanging. The essence of bringing the facts to you is to tell you the problem so that you connect all the problems together. Then we'll show you the solution. Enemies that must be defeated for Nigerians to free themselves. And like when you say Nigeria, also Africa, because we can see African nations doing what they're doing. So we use Nigeria as an example, but the same template will work anywhere because the enemy is the same. Colonialism and neocolonialism is the same. So number one enemy that Nigerians must defeat in Njenje, what's the name? Damages. What all these stupid girls that are on social media saying one stupid thing or the other? What's the other girl's name in New York? Have become to Abiola. They have become big girls and bigger because they're making money on social media. Meanwhile, you're not doing anything to save the people. And when they look at you, you beat your chest. Yeah, I'm doing something important because I'm telling the people about the stupid people like you. What is the solution? You should be part of the solution, not celebrating ignorance, celebrating stupidity, and promoting it because you want to make money and buy the fastest car. Don't you have conscience?
They don't. So money.
Number one enemy that needs to go down for Nigerians to have life and Africans to have life is British Caliphate Joint Venture Partnership. Of course, led by Fulani. Fulani is on conquest mission. We told you people. Some people don't want to hear it, but that's why we say you need to get fact checked. What we're saying, go and check it. Go and read it. We're not saying things that are dropping from anywhere. It's not about having sentiments. It's not being emotional. Facts. Go and cross-check them. You will understand and it will make sense to you. Then you know what to be doing at this time. Fulani Caliphate is on conquest mission. And they're eliminating communities, destroying communities. Why are they on conquest mission? Like we said, the Fulanis want the land. But the Britain wants what is under the land. They've shared it. They are partners. That's why we say joint venture. So joint venture, this partnership is your number one enemy. It must be destroyed. So we break it down for you. From 1914 to 1960, what you see, if you go and study, because we want you to go and check. 1914 to 1960, what the colonial monsters did was to prepare Fulani invaders, equipping them for the job they're going to do for them.
Yep.
And that is why by 1960, Ahmadu Bello came out with that battle script that my sister read at the beginning of this show. That battle script is details of constitution plan for Nigeria. What in short form, and they published it, October 1960. This is our assignment, and this is what we do to you Nigerians. People heard it. It's still there. Go and read it. What's the other woman that calls herself a lawyer? Nezeville, that entertaining our people. You can tell stories, but you're a lawyer. You don't know what constitution is. Are you daft? Go and check it. So 1914 to 1960, they prepared them. 1966, Muhammad and Gowon truncated the 4 regions. Remember, the 4 regions is the basis of the true federal system and freedom for the indigenous people. They like what they did 1884-85, Balkanization. They balkanized the 4 regions and broke everything. They put everything inside container and just massacred it and then brought out 12 states, which today became 36 states. The aim of what they did was to break the indigenous peoples everywhere. That's why Igbo people are in over 11 states, scattered, and they will not come together. Yoruba people scattered, Tiv, Ijo, everybody scattered. You have one Egboma in Imo State. You have one Egboma, like I told you, my father-in-law, they are in Edo State, but he goes to Delta for family meeting because that's where some of his family members in Abo are. It's like that. People are divided. It's divide and conquer. 1966 to 70, they codified all these things, all the stolen assets through the imposed constitutions. I told you, some people, when we mention 1999, say, but other constitutions have been there now. It's the same thing. They will just embellish it and carry it forward. From 1914, 1960, 1966, 1979, 1999. That's what we'll tell you the latest version is 1999. You didn't start 1999. Absolutely. They had to push it forward. So these are the imposed instruments of the enemy. So we told you the enemy, the partnership. We're talking about the enemy that you must defeat. The partnership and then the instruments that they're using to do what they're doing, which is the constitution. So the indigenous people of Nigeria were never part of the process of making their own constitution. They just made it and imposed on the people. And there's some ignorant people will tell you that, oh, but it's Nigerians that made it. That's not what we're saying. The colonial masters codified it, wrote everything, and gave to your puppets and say, go and now put it in place. And they put it in place. So is it the people that made it? It's not the people that made it. That's why we say it's fraud. And when they finish doing all this nonsense, they put big signature and say, we the people. That means that the people made it, which is a lie. And that's a false.
I don't know why that's not upsetting people. Like, I don't know why they're not stopping everything like right now and said, hell to the no.
Religion. That's why. The fake Christianity and fake Islam washed them into accepting nonsense. And my dear brother, but Abel Damina that is teaching Christianity, he's not seeing this injustice. He's not seeing this fraud. What other fraud? What other falsehood are you going to be shouting against? You're only shouting about the falsehood that your brothers used to do tithe and offering. Is that the only falsehood? They are all tied together. If you don't see how these things are tied together, my brother, please go and study more. It'd be like saying you need another doctorate degree because the two you have might not be doing enough. All these things are tied together. So what is the plan? How are we going to defeat this enemy? Thank God for people that have been working for over 25 years. So building consensus against the enemy is simple, common sense. We gather together, we the victims of the enemy, assemble, gather together, have a plan. At regional level, national level, and international level, we got together. Yes, it has already happened. They've started it the past 25 years. That's the work that NINAS has been doing. 3 broad strategies. Just three broad strategies. Building alliance against the enemy, against the invader. That's the colonizers. Building alliance against the enemy's instrument. That's the constitution. The third one, enforcement mechanism against the enemy and the instrument. Is this not simple? Somebody is coming at you. You form an alliance against the person, against the instrument the person is using, and then enforce the alliance that you have formed. Is that not very simple? Very straightforward. What is difficult in this thing that in Njenje will not understand it and push it? What is difficult in this thing that Chiedu, Asus will not understand it? That when you discuss with him, say, I don't understand it, but you'll be pushing every other thing that doesn't make sense. Internet doesn't forget to. You people remember, all these names I'm calling, internet doesn't forget. Eventually, the people will get this information. We pleaded with you people. Explain this thing to people. You will not explain to them. You'll be bringing useless things to them as the people are perishing. Eventually, they will get this message. And then, woe betide you. Woe betide all of you that failed to take this message. Both church people, woe betide all of you. The dead indigenous peoples, those ignorant people, those natives, those villagers that are dying, the day that we get this message, woe betide all of you. 6 blocks of tax because we broke down the work that needed to be done so that we defeat the enemy into 6 blocks. Number 1, 75% work was done around the instrument of terror. That is the 1999 Constitution, the Unitary Constitution. To do what? To decommission it. Because that is how it's done. It's a process. It's an international process. That's how it's done. So the political puppets have now acknowledged that the Constitution is bad. That means this tax was successfully done. For them to come out now and be shouting, hey, we need another constitution. That means that NINAS succeeded. That is a success. The work is done. Because that's what we wanted them to do. We want to get them to that point. Every other thing they're doing now, they're doing it outside the constitution. That's why they had to impose the interregnum president outside the constitution. That's why they had to bypass 25% because they have collapsed the constitution. And they're now running around to see how they can change it. But they can't change it because it's not them that will change it. They can't impose another institution, another instrument after they remove the fraudulent one. It's not done. They can't do it without the indigenous people because the indigenous peoples are the owners of the lands. They cannot. They will try, but they cannot. That's what we're saying. The second work that needed to be done was in internal cohesion, getting the indigenous people to work together, and it's already done. You go to videos, you see solemn assemblies and everything. All the things that we are doing all this while, they did it. It's done. Another task was multi-regional alliance coming together. Alliance that is not just in one region, but all the regions, all the victims coming together. That's the name you hear, NINAS, Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, excluding the Fulani invaders. Then we talk about international stakeholder community, because we realize that international stakeholder, the community, they invested in oil and gas. Some of them genuine, some of them are not genuine. Most important is that they invested. So anything you're doing, if you don't carry them along, you get what you did not ask for. So as from that international engagement, we came out with what you call 2007 United Nations Declaration for Indigenous People's Rights, because everything being done under NINAS is legal. There's nothing that is breaking law. We follow legal. That's why some people that say, oh, why is it that they're not disturbing you people? Because we are following the law. We're not going up and down looking for where to break law. No, we are following the law. Now, the fifth segment of the tax, I think it's not coming out at all. The color is not.
Oh my goodness. I was trying to highlight
too bright. Yes, in that dark brown, I think it didn't do well. So number fifth thing that needed to be done or is being done, mass mobilization to connect the people, because it's called democracy. People, to connect the people to what has been done. That is the 1, 2, 4 that was done, because the 1, 2, 4 didn't need the mass people. That's why it was not being, it was done underneath it. It was covertly done. The people did it, human beings did it. You can see videos out there, YouTube, NINAS, all of them that are there for you to have evidence. So they did it. But the one that will now involve everyone is this fifth one. What will be mobilization? For those that on social media and they say, what do? We don't understand. So even if your brain, what's the other one in Yoruba land? Mayegun. Even if your brain is full of pap and you cannot understand anything, these 4 items I want to mention now is what we want you to teach our people. Number 1, that their problem is coming from that colonial imposed constitution, the latest edition, which is 1999. 2, that the solution to their problem is by terminating that imposed constitution. Every other thing anybody is telling you is a lie. 3, that is by election. There is election that gives life back to that constitution. Every 4 years that you go and do that mago that you do and call election, you're giving life back to that constitution that is killing you. And it's you that is playing the role. 4. Okay, so because before I mention the 4th one, because you are the one, the people, you are the one giving life to that election, to that constitution, through your validation of the constitution, saying that you made it when you didn't make it, saying democracy is going on when it's not democracy, by you being part of the election, allowing them to do the election. That is why NINAS is saying your tax is to shut down the journey to general national election. That's the mechanism of pulling down the election. Some people say, how do we pull down the election? We are not sending you to go to main road and start carrying guns. We are not saying go and start carrying a stick and broom or go and riot. That's not what we're saying. Shut down the journey. Even just on your social media, the way you did mobilization for Peter Obi. When you were doing obedient, did you carry guns at night? How did you do that mobilization? It's the same way. When you were doing your PVC mobilization inside church, how did you do it? It's the same way. This mobilization this time around is to say we are not going to allow 2027 to happen. 2027 election, it will not take place. It will not happen. You will say it loud everywhere, inside church, everywhere. These criminal priests and reverend fathers, they'll say, how can we say it inside church? How did you say obedient inside church? In the arrow, evil people that God had rejected. That's the same way you go and say it, mobilize our people. Say it loud. Loud enough for the political parties to hear, to see that the end of the road has come for them. And they will begin to shut down. They will begin to close shops. In your neighborhood, everywhere, begin to discuss it. Say it loud. Say it. Kwoye with your mouth. Say it with your mouth. Talk them. That's all you need to do. On your mouth. We didn't say carry gun. We didn't say carry stick. Mouth. Say it with your mouth. And then, by the way, we heard that they arrested some people's leaders. They will keep arresting you now because you keep doing the wrong thing. We told you what to do. If you want things to turn around for you, join in pulling down this monster, this constitution. If you don't pull down this constitution, everything you do, if you want to declare Biafra 20 times, it will be the 4th time, the 5th time, the 6th time, you declare Biafra 7th time, declare Biafra 7th time, declare Biafra 8th time, declare Biafra 9th time, declare Biafra 10th time, you continue to declare it. You declare it in Germany, you declare it in Finland, you declare it in London, you baga na Arab, you declare it, you go to Mexico, you declare it, then you baga to Malaysia, you declare it. You will continue to declare Biafra. That's what you continue to do. It's online Biafra. And if you declare too much, they come and woroge, and just get somewhere. Sagisi. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's all you be doing. We are saying you're wasting our time. You're wasting our time. Do you know these things you're doing? Why are you doing it? Shouting to declare a nation is foolishness and ignorance. You're making us look like we are stupid. As if the school fees they paid for us, we just wasted it. Why are you disgracing Indigo like this now? And some of them will wear suits and look as if there's something inside their brain. And my poor people that didn't go to school, we think they're actually doing something, and give them their money. The 4th thing, we have mentioned 1, 2, 3, that you have to tell our people, you content creators, what you need to tell our people. The 4th one, demand a transition for union reconstruction in place of election. That's what you need to do. So we're talking about 6 tags. And then the 6th one, all this that we said in number 5 tags is what will connect you to Nina's 5 points proposition. And that 5 points, just briefly, I will tell you. Number 1, acknowledgement of union disputes and grievances by those currently managing Nigeria, the politicians. They need to acknowledge. Number 2, decommissioning of imposed colonial constitution. Wholesale decommissioning, not amendments. Number 3, no further elections. Please, my dear, push the next slide. No further elections. Transition, time-bound transition. Number 4, it is the owners of sovereignty that will make a new constitutional protocol, not state, not politicians, not church members, not bishop, not pope, not priest, not Britain, not America. It's the owners of the land, the indigenous people. They own the land. Tiv people, Ijo people, Igbo people, Yoruba people, Hausa people, they know their land, they know the boundary. They are the ones that we are talking, that the ethnic, they are the indigenous ethnic nationalities. They are the ones, not the government, not Tinubu, not Peter Obi, not Atiku, not the brother, not the wife, not the mother, not the grandmother. It's the indigenous people on their land that we arrange and now discuss and bring out new constitutional protocol. And the 5th one, time-bound announcement of how and when the problem will be solved. It is only Nina's proposition, only one, that has what the problem is, what the solution is, when and how will the problem will be solved, and who will do what and what, broken down in simple terms. Anybody that is running around looking for something else to do, when you finish wasting your time, the more you buy, continue to buy, hunger will buy you, Hausa will, Fulani will buy you, other people will buy you. Whatever will happen to you, when you finish, if you want to declare Biafra 20 times, when you finish, you will come to Nina's proposition and we will guide you. And we are here. We are daughters of the land. We're always here. We'll guide you. So our target is to overcome colonialism through confidence building strategies. Please share widely. Leave comments and questions for us. We will get to you. Thank you.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you. Please continue to help us to share, subscribe, like, and love. Let's look at the take-home points. As melanin adults, kings and queens, we must do what? Take responsibility. There's no need to keep begging the world or the colonialists for whatever we think that we need. We do not need to keep seeking validation from these people that we're better than. We just need to understand the process of decolonization, embrace it, and join to implement it completely. That is the Nina's 5-point agenda, which my sister has thoroughly gone through. It is about what we need to depart from these colonial ties, where we need to go or get to, and when and how to reach the consensus that will execute the jailbreak. So the template is on the table. It's not hiding. We are not hiding it in one person's pocket and the other person's handbag. It's right there on the table. It's right there online for you to interrogate. The Ivy Leaguers, the smart people, other people are dumbass. Please go and interrogate. Those of you holding all these mighty degrees that you're using to intimidate our people, it's time for you to use that degree to good use. Go and read the information, ask the pertinent questions, and then we move. You sitting out there thinking somebody else is going to do it for you, you have something else coming for you. You will learn the hard way. Until next week, brothers and sisters, we keep asking for transition now. Nothing will change that place you call Nigeria, that made geographical location called Nigeria. As we're speaking, they're even charging our people, the land of gas and the food, gas and the oil. They're charging more, because I just bought some gas not too long ago. They're charging more for a gallon, right? Because they're selling in liters, more than they're charging us here. And we live in the land of oil and gas. So you can see your life is not getting any, it will never get better. If you like, pray for one Nigeria. If you like, pretend like you live in America. If you like, be watching CNN from morning to night because you have Wi-Fi. Your life will never change. You will be building for Fulanis to take over. So it's about time that we do what? We shut down. We ask for transition now. Transition now. Transition now, and nothing else.
Yes.
God is not coming. He will never come. Because you're not even worthy, because you guys are liars. You pray, you build churches everywhere, you go to churches, midweek service, then when human sufferings are all over you, it doesn't concern you. When you have one thing you can do to end another human being suffering, it will change. So you will not do it. Because you have the resources to take your children out of the suffering. You can send them to London and pay for apartments. You can send them to the US and pay for things.
We're stealing money, we're stealing wealth.
Of course. But the one way that can set your people free, you said, no, I will not do it. I will not be part of it.
No.
I will not even comment. You can send it 20 million times. I will not even comment and say, what can I do? I wouldn't even act. I wouldn't even flinch. I wouldn't even act like I see it. Because it's none of my problem. I hope you take a lesson note from Democrats. God, I want to cheer in Efe, because some of you think we are against God. There's a God that will answer his name. Wana Chim Saga, Chigemelum, Chinazam, Chinatorum, go see Churchukuma. You don't know what's coming.
No.
What you don't want is to wake up and see all your blue turn red.
Yep.
Do the right things. Ask how you can help this struggle.
Yeah.
Human beings are meant to solve problems. Yep. It's not okay for you, the adult, to sit at home and say, oh, Sam, I'm getting ready for retirement and I'm saving my money. I have bought the land for my burial. It's not okay.
No, the universe will not allow that. No, it will hit you hard. Nigeria will happen to you. It will hit you from one way or the other. It will get to you. You'll be surprised.
Absolutely. I will continue with our campaign materials. Until next week, brothers and sisters, you all take care. The God of our ancestors is on our side.
Yes.
And if we do the right things, he will do the rest. If you sit around and want him to do it, you will learn the hard way.
Hard way.
Brothers and sisters, take care.
Bye.